Hi, Capricorn. So I drew a card for you. We have 10 of Cups. Okay. And then we have the Knight of Cups on the bottom. And I actually did a reading for myself right before this for my Capricorn energy. And I got the Devil card and a couple other messages. And I'm going to bring those through for you because some of them felt important. So we're going to do that. Also this week, I brought in the Yu-Gi-Oh cards to add a lighter element. And for some readings, they've been a little bit lighter, and then other readings they've well, we'll go ahead and get to it because you might have something good, and I don't want to put that out there. So we have right here. So I went ahead and drew my card that I'm here to embody for you to help you with this reading, and I got the Lesser Dragon. And this card, it just reminds me of someone holding another person up, helping push you up, maybe your dragon energy in some way, because that's just how it feels for me. Lesser dragon, supporting your energy, helping your energy maybe shine right now. So we're gonna do that. And then on the bottom, we have hard armor. So this week, both of these cards have had an interesting interplay with each other. So we're gonna see what this is for you. This Lesser Dragon and hard armor. Okay. Also, I have spell and trap cards, Yu-Gi-Oh! And this is the energy that you need to harness right now for your highest timeline. So we're going to go ahead and do that. What energy does Capricorn need to harness right now for their highest timeline? What energy does Capricorn need to harness right now for their highest timeline? One more. Okay, some of these were frightening, so I wanted just to make sure that, okay. So the energy that you're here to harness right now is Dragon Treasure. This reminds me of Dragon Hoard, finding your inner dragon's hoard. So we're gonna look at that. And then the card on the bottom of the deck is Magical Labyrinth. So this might be about protection. So we're going to look a little deeper at that in just a minute. Okay. All right. And so let's start right here. So dinner, you know, eating, inviting people over. I know Virgo last week had a message about dinner, and it was about a dinner party. It was right before New Year's too. Okay, then we have creatives and artists. So this could just be about creative expression, your artistic ability, maybe bringing that out more, since we have a lot of cup energy right here. We have the 10 of Cups and the Knight of Cups, which the Knight of Cups can also symbolize in some decks the 12 of Cups. So we'll keep looking at that. Okay. Then Queen. Since we have Cups energy, this could represent the Queen of Cups. Or just a queen energy, something symbolic to you. Okay, and the new art form. And if there's anyone that's going to discover a new art form, it's going to be this guy. He uses his pain. This reminds me of bloodletting. Like, that's what we got in the Taurus reading. It's like using your pain to create stuff, like art, writing, whatever that is. And that's what helps like this purity come back. It like cleans the energy when you release it. And yeah, like it's kind of like the lotus story. You know, you cleanse the energy, the murky crap, and the lotus rises. Okay. So then we have high priestess or priest. So I feel like this can be a little bit of a complicated thing for some people, especially like when you're first learning your gifts. And I feel like most of us who like associate ourselves with like high priestess or high priest energy, you've probably gone through a lot where you've overshared or you've spoken about stuff too soon because you might have seen something, but it was like something that's like far in the future or just like far down the road. Like no one else is seeing it yet. And you've probably gotten a label to some degree, like either within your family or your friends that you're like strange or something. Yeah. So high priest and high priestess energy is more about like, actually, you know what? Let me do it like this. High priestess. Let's do that as the two in the trump cards, and then the high priest as the hierophant, the 5. So this, I actually was thinking about this the other day. The high priestess energy is like the energy that comes in, and it's something that you, more so like witnessing all the patterns, witnessing all the synchronicities, and more so like not needing to speak about them. And what I do is I record them in my own life in my own way. And I've gotten so much better at using discernment about what I'm seeing. And I've gotten to the point where it's just like, no one else needs to know that unless it's being asked for, you know? So high priestess energy is just like bringing it in, allowing the answers, allowing whatever it is to come in and not needing to speak it. High priest energy is it's almost like using that wisdom from the high priestess energy, all that knowledge or patterns or whatever that is that like came in, and it's almost being called on to be spoken. So the high priest energy now becomes like the teacher. So the high priestess is the witness, and the priest is the teaching of it. And they're both important. And yeah, that's like what this reminds me of right here. Okay, so catacombs reminds me of like the Vatican. The catacombs. Like oh. At the Vatican, they keep all of the previous, oh gosh, what are they called? Popes. They keep them all in catacombs. All of them locked away in catacombs deep underneath the city or the Vatican. And it just reminded me because clearly she's like a skeleton. So is her, this energy, whatever this is symbolizing. But this is such a good energy though. So we're not going to like, because it's like the highest, the most emotionally fulfilling card. And it has a horse in it. They're on their way somewhere. But also, she's pouring out this cup right here, which reminds me of this card. This bloodletting. Yeah. It reminds me of that video where this woman is showing you how to clean out dirty water. And the best way to clean out dirty water is by pouring fresh water into it and allowing the dirty water to just like purge itself. And you just keep putting more and more fresh water into it until all of the cruddy, dirty water is fully out. It just like naturally like plunges itself out. And that's what that's reminding me of, because this is the Ten of Cups. This is emotional fulfillment. Like just kind of like the Ten of Pentacles is like the highest of the pentacle suit. It's physical wealth. This is emotional wealth. Knowing how to do that, knowing how to just like purge that stuff out whenever it comes in, just keep pouring like the good water into it. It naturally purges that stuff out. And if anything, I feel like snake energy knows that the most, or knows that, like one of the energies that knows that, because the snake is symbolic of our medical system, which is like obviously venom in medicine. So, okay, blindfolded. Sagittarius is reading that they had a woman that was blindfolded and learning how to navigate with their body, trusting their body's wisdom. Learning to navigate, trusting your body's wisdom. We have the armor card, and he has a full set of armor on. This reminds me of the Knights Templar. And typically they're protecting the rose, the Holy Grail. Is this like a Knights Templar? Protecting some kind of Holy Grail? This would represent a Holy Grail energy. Peak emotional wealth. Sacred emotional energy. And I'm being a lesser dragon right now for you. Helping you find your greater dragon. Your dragon's horde within. We were just talking about this in the last Gemini reading. About sometimes when like some people are lost, they tend to mimic other people and almost like steal their stories and cycles. And it's about learning about the wealth that's within you. This. And knowing how to create with it. Your purging or bloodletting is what is going to give you this. That is exactly how I would describe it. This is where you find your medicine. This is where you find the art, the words, all of that. This is how you create that dragon's horde, where you release it from inside of you. Okay. So we have the magical labyrinth on the bottom. Is this a boundary that you're setting or you're trying to get through it? There's like this swirling energy behind it. It almost looks like alchemy. Oh, there's dogs barking. Which dogs represent like protection, like guard dogs. It feels like protection. I'm going to say that's what that is. Something, you're being protected. Or this is protected. Because, yeah, we also have this hard armor here. Maybe you're protecting. In Taurus's reading, they were learning what needed to be protected and what needed to be released. So what is the fresh blood and how to keep that flowing? But also, what is the old blood that needs to be purged that can create your dragon's horde? The Holy Grail is a live energy within you, protecting that energy. You don't need to purge that. And maybe that's going to help you purging the old blood around like an old wound is going to help that maybe to see the Holy Grail within you clearer. Yeah. Learning to navigate. This is like almost taking the armor off. And learning to navigate with the body without all this armor on. Realizing that you're protected. There's protection in some way here for you. That's protecting this energy for you. That's maybe just like simply you recognizing how to do this. Maybe that's just like the point right here. Okay, we're gonna keep going. Sorry, I just ate. Okay, so far in the past. Okay, so maybe just like releasing all those old wounds. Anything from like far in the past, it's probably ready to go in some way. So that you can move forward with this beautiful, beautiful energy. I love it. It's a red horse. And look, she's naked. You know, she doesn't have like, or at least her upper body is. And she has a baby. She's nurturing new life. The bones of something, like the foundation. The bones of it. Which is probably one of the most important things that you can do when you're creating something new. The bones of it, the structure of it. I mean, that's going to determine how much can be built upon it. So it's like one of the most important things, like processes. Maybe getting back down to the bones, like just purging. In Cancer's reading, we were talking about stuff that was overgrown and learning like how to balance that and what needs to be purged in order to keep a balance. Maybe like just this just reminds me of something just overstaying, just like too much, like an old wound, like not letting it heal, but like finally, well, letting it heal, but that's like it comes to this point where it's got to be like cut and just like purged. But it's like such a good energy since we have the 10 of Cups here, just like really utilizing that. Okay, so far in the past, is that simply what that is? Just like, sounds like letting go of just like past wounds. I feel like you're gonna know what that is for you. It's gonna free up this energy for you to find this dragon hoard. And that's really what the dragon hoard is about, like finding the gifts within your experiences from the past. Like the gifts of like old friends, like the things that you learn from them. Like, and maybe even in the way that like you write, you can utilize just experiences, like how you felt with them. There's always something there. There's always something, like the past is so rich with this in your life. And just finding where all of the hidden treasure is. Yeah, I mean, it's within you. Like no one else knows your story. No one else has access to all your treasure unless you share it. Catacombs, laying to rest, laying an old life, an old experience, old people to rest. Like it really feels like such a beautiful energy right here, emotional fulfillment. Maybe you've just did this, or you're doing this and you're in the process of this. Maybe you just needed me to validate that for you. Like lift this dragon, your dragon, up. Oh, hold on. Okay, gonna be pushing you up, holding you up right there. Okay, so Queen of Cups. I'm just going to go ahead and say this is the Queen of Cups right here. Nurturing the bones of an emotional foundation. Because she is the most emotionally supportive energy in the entire zodiac. Or in the entire tarot. She's the pinnacle of emotional support. In her upright form. I don't know if this, was just drawn like the horse is red and his skirt is red. And then her skirt is black, and underneath all this armor, it's black. They're reflecting each other. Oh, it almost feels like this energy is riding towards this energy. Like, just... They literally look... Maybe this is within you. Maybe your emotional feminine energy and your emotional masculine energy, they're both purging. Whatever this represents to you, this could mean two people. Or it just could be like something going on within you. Keeping drawn back to the blind. Just being, allowing your body to, or your emotional body, since we have like all this like water, to just lead the way. Your emotions know more right now. You're in high emotional energy, good emotional energy. Letting that lead the way. So like Sagittarius was letting their body lead the way. This is about letting your emotions lead the way. It looks like you're just in healthy emotional energy right now. You're doing the good, you're doing exactly what you need to do. You're purging, you're letting go of the past. You're opening up old wounds and using it in some way. Finding your dragon's hoard. Understanding it's protected, that it is within you, that you allow people into this. It's your choice. Yeah, maybe taking off this emotional armor. Maybe that's what that is about. Taking off your emotional armor. It's time to feel. Time to feel. And you have the high priest and priestess here. Understanding, or maybe understanding what you're seeing. Understanding the things that you're seeing, the patterns, the synchronicities, and knowing when to speak them. And maybe even how to utilize these things in like new forms. Even like an artistic ability. Maybe look up some like just new art. Look up different things with art that might help you be able to like just be inspired in a new way, to be able to purge maybe more things. Keep being drawn back to the snake, the medicine. Just alchemizing all that like venom and bad blood into your medicine. She's obviously very connected to the snake. She knows this. She's the 10 of Cups. She's the queen. She knows how to do this. Okay. I feel like if anything, I'm more so validating you. Yeah, with this lesser dragon, it feels more like I'm just like validating you right now with maybe just stuff you already know. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave it there, Capricorn. I hope you found something in this, even if it's just like validation right now. So yeah, I will see you next time.